Excellency President Zuma, Premier, Ministers, Excellencies, all distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues, dear friends. I'm very honored to be here today on behalf of our UN Water Chair, Mr. Brian Ryder, and I'd like to warmly thank the government of the Republic of South Africa for welcoming us to your country, and for the President for honoring us with your attendance. I'd also like to thank the Department of Water and Sanitation for organizing this event, and my colleagues in UN Water for coordinating this year's World Water Day. This is the pivotal global event that we're undertaking here in South Africa. But it's part of a larger campaign. And the celebration today are testimonies to your hard work and devotion. I'd like to especially thank UNESCO and its World Water Assessment Program. You've been very involved in organizing this event, but you've also coordinated UN Water's World Water Development Report that we always launch on World Water Day. It's a commitment to always provide the most up-to-date information possible. And it provides, you could say, a technical backdrop to the theme of the World Water Day that we carry through the year. Ladies and gentlemen, let us not forget why we do this every year. World Water Day is a day to celebrate progress, but it's also a day to make a difference for those who are left behind, and to highlight certain themes, to create knowledge and engage people behind that thematic topic. In 1993, 22nd March, that's when the first World Water Day was celebrated. It followed from the summit in Rio 92. So 24 years later, it's celebrated around the world, shining a spotlight on different issues each year. So this year, the theme is wastewater. And the title of our campaign asks the question, why waste water? As you can imagine, this has a double meaning. Why on earth would we waste water, one of our most precious resources, when the global population is growing and consumption and demand for water is increasing from many sectors? Secondly, why wastewater? As in, why is wastewater an important issue? Is it really wasted water? Of course not. The answer is simple. When it comes to wastewater, we're much too wasteful. And not only wasteful per se, we're also polluting. Worldwide, over 80% of the wastewater from our homes, cities, industries, agriculture is released back to nature untreated and without being reused. This means that we're not only polluting the environment and our drinking water sources, but we're also missing a big opportunity, because we can stop looking at wastewater as something to ignore and discard, and start seeing it for what it is, a valuable resource that we can use for the benefit of people and the ecosystems. And we will soon hear very much more about wastewater and wastewater as a resource. And I'm very particularly pleased that we here today not only have people speaking in general terms like myself now, but we also have an expo. We have opportunities tomorrow to go into depth and learn more about new technologies and how actually to take action and take this wastewater topic into something that is more practical in our own realities. At the end of 2015, member states of the United Nations adopted a very historic decision with Agenda 2030. This is an excellent policy framework, and it's a plan of action for all people, and not only for people but for our planet, for prosperity, These are the three dimensions that we normally associate with sustainable development. But we can also add peace and partnership to those three. And the scale and ambition of Agenda 2030 is unprecedented. The Sustainable Development Goal on water and sanitation is part of Agenda 2030 and cuts across regions, sectors and other goals simply because the nature of water as one of the driving forces is one of the driving forces, and also for addressing and ending extreme poverty, which is one of our greatest challenges and a requirement for sustainable development. If we look at the water goal, Goal 6, there is a dedicated target, 6.3, which addresses the need to improve ambient water quality and also to halve the proportion of untreated wastewater and increase water recycling and safe reuse. This is the theme of our World Water Day. Ladies and gentlemen, Agenda 2030 is transformative, and the Sustainable Development Goals will make a difference, and 2030 is not very far away, so there's urgency in this issue. In fact, it's only 13 World Water Days away. So in 2030, maybe some of us will convene again, looking back at what has been achieved at meetings similar to this one. And I hope at that point that we will be saying, yes, these meetings, these World Water Days, these expos, these in-depth discussions, they worked, they made a difference. We had people and stakeholders engaged and committed to try hard to get things to change. So for the next 13 World Water Days, we in UN Water, we're aiming high. We hope that we will achieve our targets and that we can reach water and sanitation for all. Ladies and gentlemen, happy World Water Day.